Man United agree personal terms with Martinez as Aston Villa make formal approach for Lamens. Man United have now agreed personal terms to sign Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa as their Premier League rivals make approach for Sen Lamens, according to Fabrizio Romano. The Red Devils are looking to bring in a new goalkeeper to replace Andre Onana in goal after he dropped below Altay Bayındır in the pecking order at Old Trafford. After starting most of Man Utd's matches last season, Onana now finds himself as the club's cup goalkeeper behind the Turkey international, who has started all 3 of the Red Devils' Premier League games. Onana made 2 mistakes in his one appearance in the League Cup earlier this week as Man United were knocked out on penalties by League Two side Grimsby Town. Romano revealed on Sunday morning that Man United are back in for Aston Villa goalkeeper Martinez after they had a loan bid rejected earlier this summer. Journalist Sasha Tavalieri had already insisted that the Red Devils are leaning towards the Argentina international after their interest in Lamens from Royal Antwerp went quiet overnight. And now Romano has an update on progress over Martinez, with Man United approaching Aston Villa after agreeing personal terms with the former Arsenal goalkeeper. Romano wrote on X, "Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Emiliano Martinez and approached Aston Villa. As exclusively revealed this morning, Dibu is back as concrete option for #MUFC if Lamens deal doesn't happen. Talks well underway now. And now Aston Villa are looking for a goalkeeper, with Sen Lamens rising up their list of targets, while Diogo Costa at Porto is also a target to potentially replace Martinez." Romano added on X, "Understand Aston Villa have made formal approach with Royal Antwerp for Sen Lamens. He's the main option alongside Diogo Costa in case Dibu Martinez ends up leaving the club. Manchester United are in talks with Villa for Dibu, and #AVFC now think of Lamens." Speaking earlier this month, Man United legend Gary Neville insisted that the Red Devils needed a new goalkeeper to permanently replace Onana. Neville said on his Sky Sports podcast, "There's a glaring issue that Man United cannot ignore, and it is the fact they need to find a goalkeeper. They have to. I'm unequivocal on that because I had an experience with Man United for 20 years where there were 2 big periods of 7 or 8 years with Peter Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar. In between, we had 7 or 8 goalkeepers in a 6, 7, 8-year period, and it is really unsettling when you haven't got a dominant number 1, who is dominant in the air, who owns his 6-yard box, comes and punches everything, and makes a lot of saves to win you points when your defenders make mistakes. I don't know where they are on PSR, but they might have to magic up a bit more money in the next week or 2, or do something on loan." The 2 that have been mentioned in the last 2 weeks have been Emi Martinez and Gianluigi Donnarumma. The reason I think they would be good goalkeepers for Man United is not necessarily because they are the best goalkeepers in Europe, but they are big personalities and characters. You've seen Donnarumma in a European final save those penalties for Italy. He looked like a giant. He's played for PSG in huge games under pressure. Martinez has played in the World Cup final and won it for Argentina. They have played under extreme pressure, and they almost walk out with that arrogance and dominance of a goalkeeper. Man United need that. There are a number of things Man United need this season, and Amorim is getting to that point now where he thinks he's got a team that could do something. However, they need to sort the goalkeeper because they concede goals and lose points, and it continually undermines what you are doing. When the goalkeeper is flapping at the ball, those 72,000 home fans are groaning, and that sends a shiver through the spines of defenders. It also sends a shiver through the goalkeeper and creates an anxiety around the stadium. You've got to have personality, stability, and character in that position, and Man United are going to have to deal with it in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I can confirm Fabrizio Romano. Update on Liverpool signing Newcastle's Isak. Liverpool have held fresh talks to sign Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, and the Reds remain optimistic about completing a deal, according to Fabrizio Romano. The situation of Isak has consumed the media for the last few weeks, and the Swedish striker hasn't been involved for the Magpies this season as speculation surrounds his future. Newcastle have, understandably, been hoping to keep Isak at the club for the 2025/2026 season, but the former Borussia Dortmund man appears insistent that he heads through the exit door this summer. Liverpool are yet to make an offer that satisfies Newcastle, and as it stands, he remains a player for Eddie Howe. Whether the two clubs can strike a deal remains to be seen, with less than 48 hours to go until the deadline. Newcastle did bring in Nick Woltmade on a big-money deal at the weekend, so it will be interesting to see if their stance on Isak softens. Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Isak update. Speaking on his YouTube channel late on Saturday night, Romano has provided an update on the Isak to Liverpool situation, confirming that contacts took place again on Saturday. Liverpool remain optimistic that he will secure his signature, but no deal has been agreed just yet. Alexander Isak, guys, contacts again today. The deal as of tonight is not done despite the reports we had in the last 24 hours. All sources involved from Liverpool, from Newcastle, from player side, deny that the deal has been agreed today. So it's not about the game, it is not about Liverpool playing, it's not about Newcastle playing. It is not agreed as of today, but I can confirm that the optimism remains. We are entering into Sunday, and the optimism at Liverpool remains. Liverpool are running out of time to get a deal over the line, with the window closing on Monday at 7 p.m., and Newcastle will have little opportunity to invest the money they receive for Isak. Although they may have found their replacement in Woltmade, the hefty fee they would receive for the striker would go a long way in helping reinforce their squad in other areas. It's been a saga that has undoubtedly dragged on for too long from Newcastle's perspective, but at least it will be coming to an end on Monday, at least until the January transfer window opens. The Magpies have remained firm throughout negotiations, determined not to let their prized asset leave on the cheap, and it's clear that only a substantial offer from Liverpool will tempt them into parting ways with their star forward. For Liverpool, the urgency comes not only from the clock ticking down, but also from their need to provide Arne Slot with more firepower up front. Injuries and inconsistencies have left the Reds short of options, and while Isak's arrival would represent a significant investment, it could also be the statement signing that signals their intent to challenge for silverware this season. The coming hours will therefore be crucial. Either Liverpool push through with an improved bid that finally breaks Newcastle's resistance, or they risk entering the campaign without the additional attacking reinforcement they so clearly need. Whatever the outcome, this is shaping up to be one of the defining transfer stories of the summer, and one that will continue to be debated long after the window shuts. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Arsenal receive clear Rodrigo transfer message as agreement reached and medical booked. Arsenal's summer transfer business finally looks to have concluded with a 7th new signing sanctioned. The Gunners have already welcomed Ebereki Eze, Victor Gyökeres, Christian Mosquera, Noni Madueke, Christian Norgard, Martin Zubamendi, and Kepa Arrizabalaga, strengthening Mikel Arteta's squad across all areas of the pitch. Despite over £250 million being spent, no departures have yet been sanctioned, even with interest emerging in Oleksandr Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, Reiss Nelson, and Jakub Kiwior. The latter looks set to join Porto, with that switch getting the green light. A move expected to be followed by Piero Hincapié joining Arsenal from Bayer Leverkusen as defensive reinforcements continue to be prioritized. More additions before Monday, September 1st, currently appear unlikely unless several exits go through over the weekend. Rodrigo has been consistently linked to Arsenal throughout the summer, but the Brazilian international has now moved to shut down speculation. In a recent interview, Rodrigo underlined his commitment to Real Madrid, stating that he is fully focused on life in Spain and is not considering a move away from the Santiago Bernabeu. That message effectively ends Arsenal's long-standing pursuit of the 23-year-old, who was viewed as a marquee attacking addition had the opportunity arisen. While the Gunners have shown ambition in the market, their focus will now likely shift towards trimming the squad before the transfer window closes, ensuring the new arrivals are registered and integrated smoothly. For Arteta, the priority will be to balance his bloated squad, manage player exits, and then concentrate fully on the Premier League campaign, where expectations remain high following back-to-back title challenges. The clarity over Rodrigo's stance allows Arsenal to move forward with their current options, with confidence that their summer spending has left them well equipped for the season ahead. Real Madrid have had a quiet end to the transfer window despite speculation around Dani Ceballos and Rodrigo goes. Ceballos' move to Marseille collapsed, while Rodrigo, linked with Manchester City and Arsenal, has decided to stay at the Santiago Bernabeu. Although Franco Mastantuono's arrival pushed him down the pecking order, Rodrigo was handed a surprise start against Real Oviedo. The 24-year-old is happy to remain at Madrid for now, but wants regular minutes ahead of next summer's World Cup. If game time is limited, a January move, possibly to the Premier League, could be on the cards. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Liverpool ready to welcome Alexander Isak as green light update emerges from Newcastle. Liverpool have just over 70 hours to seal a deal for Alexander Isak before the summer transfer window shuts. Isak has been linked with a move to Liverpool all summer as Arne Slot looks to build on the side that won the Premier League title last season. So far, Newcastle have rebuffed Liverpool's advances for Isak to the point that the Sweden international has been banished from Eddie Howe's squad due to the striker's eagerness to join the Reds. The summer transfer window closes at 7 p.m. on Monday, September 1st, meaning Liverpool now have just over 3 full days to sign the former Borussia Dortmund and Real Sociedad star. However, on Friday afternoon, a promising update for the Anfield faithful has emerged. Liverpool very optimistic on Alexander Isak arrival in double deal. Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi is also a target for Liverpool, with Slot eager to add to both his attacking and defensive options in a bid to retain the Premier League title. According to Sky Sports Germany journalist Florian Plettenberg, Liverpool are very optimistic of signing both Isak and Guéhi. It is understood that one of the two is expected to arrive on Merseyside, but Plettenberg's update suggests 25-year-old Isak is perhaps the likeliest of the two. He claims that the Reds are ready to submit a new offer for Isak as soon as Newcastle give the green light. Earlier on Friday, it was reported that Liverpool's next bid for Isak will be a Premier League record. There does, finally, seem to be a big chance of a break in the stalemate between the two Premier League and Champions League sides. Eddie Howe issues Friday update on Alexander Isak's situation amid Liverpool talk. Newcastle's situation is a dire one. They don't want to be seen giving in to player power and allowing Isak to leave. But, at the same time, they don't want to have an unhappy player causing issues in their squad. Isak claims Newcastle have broken promises to him since the end of last season, but Magpies boss Howe has now refuted that in a new press conference. Absolutely not, he told the media on Friday. I never make any promises to any players regarding transfers because, ultimately, I'm not in control of the whole thing. I would never make a promise like that to any player. Of course, there are two sides to every story, and, ultimately, someone is either telling fibs or the communication at St. James Park has been problematic. What is clear, however, is that the situation has been far from straightforward, with whispers and mixed messages circling for weeks and leaving supporters uncertain about what to believe. Either way, Liverpool have done the right thing, and that has been to wait it out until the final hours of the summer transfer window to make their move. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.